I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Random Cat Talk Thursday, and my study for Excellium has been concluded. So I could pull a laptop, but I'm going to publish an Excel sheet. So between June and July, I was using normal fuel save, and then I said, well, they launched the new, what they call the new Excellium, and I decided to try it. And yeah, so I'll be talking about this randomly today, and we can literally talk about other things. So tomorrow is Question Friday, but you can still bring your question in a format that is not of a question, because it's Random Cat Talk Thursday. So but we just talk about it, yeah. But I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Kamaroku dropping out and abatabani ate bwetumala ebirana byo tubikwasaganye. But travel life vlog to see me Eddie Patrick, your poultry farm, or your pade Muyombia Mark, Rashid Jagenda, Ronald M Kasendwa VIP, Paul Sema VIP, Mugalasi Joshua Mix Farm, Jonesy Info, Musema Saddam, Jonathan Mukisa, kansubire mu bagayi mu bulungi. Nange ndisted mukama akyakuumye. Kasenyiga kakendedde mama bana ina kakida kayampadde ekiro. Kaina bye kakoze sikamanyi na kamanya ze namize bumizi, but it did some magic. Yesterday I took, guys have been thinking about how Citizen works. Citizen did not work for me. Then I had a very bad headache. Then someone gave me some headache. Was it headaches? I think it was. It did not work for me still. And then I just got used to the headache until when I went back home, but it made me sleep like a baby. So I slept. Yes, Abban, I slept like a baby. Yes, I also slept a lot. Yeah, I slept a lot. Alban, you don't cry today. We buy ice cream. Yeah, you need to be strong. Those are the guys she not to everyone she sees. She want to you, then she not to me. She's telling me that she just to be. She's telling me that she want to be. But she promised me that she'll never be. When I'm all up, I'm a father and I ain't get it too. I got a sense. You have to put a corner, because the sun also might be again. Random Cat Talk Thursday, guys. Okay, grab your bags. What? Okay, let me come. Okay, guys, kamarokora kubana bana. Grab your bag. Alban, you have your bag. Strong boy, right? Morning. Okay, boys. Bye, Alban. Strong boy. Strong boy. Help me. The door is not. Yeah. So guys, good morning. Random Car Talk Thursday, tuogera ku nywa ya mafuta. On average, on average, I use a full tank and a half a week. And sometimes it's less, sometimes it's a bit more, depending on how many journeys I make. Sometimes when I get like pre-purchase inspections, like if I got like 2 pre-purchase inspections a week, what would happen is that I would probably use like two full tanks or 2.5 full tanks, which take it depending on the distances that we travel. And then sometimes I get like work related trips, and still even then that would probably like cost me a little bit more than the ordinary. But if I only travel work, school, kids school, work, kids school, home, work, kids school, home, I normally use like a full tank and a half, which is a full tank is about 42 liters. 42 liters at 5.5, 10, that would be 55 times 4, that would be 200 and something. But normally when I fill my tank, it doesn't go up to 200 and something. So I drive, and whenever it's like minimum 2 bars, I refill my tank. And when I refill my tank, it's normally 170, 160, 180 there. So I refill 170, 180. I drive for 3 days or 3.5 days, and then I refill. Yeah. So on average, I do, because I normally find that I don't move for 1 day at least. So I'll probably work from Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday I stay home. That's the norm. But there are times when I even work on Sunday. So the times when I work even on Sunday doesn't really consume fuel, because Sunday there is no jam. There's no jam in the morning, there's no jam in the evening. The biggest consumer of fuel would probably be, the biggest consumer of fuel in Uganda is the traffic jam. Like you stop at Queensway, the way we stop, and I normally don't turn off the engine because I want the AC to keep running. I find that it's cheaper than me replacing a phone. The cost of replacing a phone comes, for me, it comes with the cost of redoing mobile banking, changing ATMs, changing a number, losing photos. Well, the loss of a phone for me is too much. It's much more than the fuel that I use when I'm in traffic. Yeah? So normally I leave my car running, and that's like the biggest consumer. That's the biggest consumer of fuel. So I switched to Excellium. I was trying it to see. Tony Ronald, good morning. Ben Kako, the realist motivation. Okicho, Richard Okema. Nampija Juliet, Council Patrick Asiku, Arthur and everyone. I want someone worth to buy a car. What should be someone's financial status? Michael UG, why don't people like the BMW X5? I think people like the BMW X5. They just don't buy it because it's not as easy to keep on the road as they want it to be. But everyone likes SUVs. I also like SUVs. I just find that they are not worth the buy, and that's why I don't think I would buy an SUV. The cost of maintaining SUVs is higher than the benefit of owning them. You get? That's why I find that people now are shifting to vans and minivans, yeah, because at least those ones, they have more space for you to carve luggage, more space for people. Adrian Mugerwa, Jimmy Putan, Isaac Malinga, thank you. Rashid Abagambe, guys, like the broadcast. Muri tugende maso. Like, guys, we are 35, so give me 30 likes, then we proceed. We are 35. I'm looking for 30 likes out to get them maso. Guys, we are 40, so I'm looking for 35 likes out to get them maso. So give me 35 likes to get them maso. Like the broadcast, then we proceed. 35 likes the twaga azoka to get them maso. Jagwa jirabye jagwa masavu merere nera masavu ogasasulira. Racho nimbo 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 linza ai. Racho nimbo 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 linza ai. Racho nimbo 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 linza ai. You are number one. Kwasoka na kugama na kuyo wako bagwa. I tell you that but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever, but you made me beg. You made me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? Chip morning. Jibu. Water. No. The water. Yes. Thank you very much, Lucky Mose. Abagambye nga kitale cha your mother-in-law Mose. Mose abagambye, you guys should be very careful on the road. We have very few doctors and they are very busy. You don't want to get involved in an accident right now. You never really want to get involved in an accident. And I find that normally what happens is that when accidents happen, for us people that love cars, we think about the cars first. We don't want to think about our lives. And then you think about your life later. But in any kind of accident, I find that you should be thinking about yourself first before you think about the car. Think about the lives of other people before you think about the car. Which take it, right? And buli wobanga ovuga emotoka where there is a hiccup, for example, waboda akusazemu siba kusaving bulamu bw'abantu, ebintu byesonyiwe. Like the car is easy to replace, but you cannot replace a life. You may not be able to replace the limb, and even if you replace the limb with an artificial limb, walking will also still be tough. Yeah. So anyway, random car talk Thursday. We don't ask questions, we talk chibozi or chitegera. Yes, done what? A lot of borders here. Joshua, you guys, when does someone become financially stable to own a car? I find that stability depends on who you are. Stability depends on who you are, where you are. There are some people that are financially stable without working. Now you can imagine a person that is from the first family, they don't have to work. They will have all the money they want. Even if like their dad or their grandfather came out of state house and they were not president anymore, they will still have plenty of money to live by without actually working. You get? So there are people that are financially stable without working. And for them, they don't even know how much money they have because they don't really have any money. But they have money they can utilize that is at their disposal. So that one, uyabera out of the discussion. Then there are people who have cars that they drive that don't even belong to them, so they don't even fuel them, they don't even maintain them. So for those people, they don't have to be financially stable to actually own a car or buy a car because they don't need to in the first place. So that's a category that we have to think about. Then there is a category like Arthur, a person that literally you have to make everything happen for yourself. I was talking to someone at office yesterday, and she was telling me for her, she's the plan B. There is no plan B for her. If things don't work out for her, she has to figure out for her. You get it? You know how people have plan. She was saying, you know what, I'm plan B for me, I'm plan B for my family, so I have to work extra. I had to make sure that plan B works out. So there are people that are like that. Me, I am plan B for me, I'm plan B for my kids, which together. So I have to be extra careful as I think about along the lines of owning a car, which together. That's why it's amuntu nga plan B abuli chimu kijja kuba kizibu okumusanga aguze moroka nga Tiguan, aguze moroka nga GLE ne bwabanga centers lina okitegeera, because we know so securing your plan B in case plan A doesn't work out. What's the plan B? And people like me think about plan B in everything we do. It's not like we are not pessimistic, but of course you could say we are a bit pessimistic, but I think it's simply because tuyite wano tumaleyo wali manyi waliwe tumaleyo akajamu kajiza naye katugende tumaleyo wali. So I am plan B. Are you plan B? Bobanga, you're the plan B for your life, then you need to be extra careful before you buy a car. Yesterday I did a video on TikTok where someone was asking if, okay, they did not really ask for them, they say the person said he's in a position to own a car, and then they were asking for what recommendation I have, and I did that video first of all because they earn 800,000. So I did that video first of all by asking them what makes them think they are in in a good position to own a car. 800,000 is not a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money, bobato zirina. Nebo otandika okuzifuna, it becomes very little money. Zitya tukumitwala echinana. I'm going to think this person that earns 800 is either single or they live with a partner that also earns close to the same amount or even more. So if you're a single person that you earn 800,000, ogenda kupangisa ke nyumba ya mtwalo nga 25. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. So if you rent a house, now I'm talking about a young person or inga ye plan B ontegera. So you rent a house of 250,000, which means you have 550,000 shillings. Now, 550,000 shillings, if you use transport of, let's say, 10k a day and you work for 20 days, that's 200,000 off. So it means you have 350,000 shillings remaining. Which that means you use 10k every day in transport, 5k to work, 5k back home. 350,000, you have to buy food, you have to buy airtime, you have to buy data. Now, these are some of the benefits that workplaces give their employees to try and subsidize on how much they have to spend on that. So they can give you a transport allowance, for example. They give you airtime and internet allowance, for example. Which you don't use your money on transport. And I find that that's one of the reasons why government employees still work in government. The government will give them a car, government will give them fuel, government will pay for their kids' school fees, government will pay medical, which yes anganga sente zete zina nyo chizikola okitegeera nti nga wazikwata asobola zitetenkanya, and then they have access to credit, they can get loans, for example, okitegeera, to do other side projects. So when does someone feel like they are financially stable? I find that nzenga athanali badde ngamba, for you to know that you're financially stable, first of all, soka okwate ku sente zo olabe nti you can easily pay for your rent. If you rent, you can easily take care of your basic needs like health, like food, like clothing, like airtime and internet. You can take care of those things, power, water. If you can take care of all those basic needs, because a person that needs to buy a car is a person that is no longer at the bottom of the pyramid. Bottom of the pyramid, we want to have physiological needs. The physiological needs include shelter, food, which take it according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We can stop and you're still looking for food. Ngorumo lya chimu, orumo lya bibidi, orumo to lya breakfast. Ngemero chajiro nda munyo. You get it? Nga I'll give an example. Ngenyama ochaguleri je batunda ku katale ku entrance ya katale kilo ya kasanvu. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The moment you're too calculative about literally everything, then there is a problem for you. Then you should not be thinking about. There's normal food that we know. Your family or you as a person, you can eat meat, you can eat chicken, you can literally eat snacks, you can eat whatever you want comfortably. Well, okay, let's say whatever you need. KFC is not a need. Cafe Javas is not a need. Food Hub is not a need. Wandegea chicken is not a need. The need is a balanced diet. As if you can feed yourself with a balanced diet, pay for your rent, buy yourself clothes when you need them, have ngadata tomu jako. Sorry guys, network tuje kwa tsoko tujuwemo seconds ngasa to stabilizing. Guys are 44, so I need 40 likes, guys. Give me likes to get a mass. Garasi Joshua ate mutwale kinana so rugula hybrid atha hybrid echanka abya hybrid egulikako oyamazima yanyidde. Good morning Jay Sekaja, good morning. Dan what? I love the Prado Tabo we had when I was there. Excellium is the way to go. Okay, enyumba zile zili kutwetolola nnyo. Guys, overall I stable kugula emmoloka. When I compare Excellium, okay, and any other fuel, because I've tried any other clean fuel, because wetuba tunywa mafuta wano tunywa clean fuel. Now, because I'm talking about Excellium, I don't want to talk about any other brand. It will feel like I'm pulling it down. So let me just stick to Excellium. I was using another clean fuel in June and July, and I used to get about 10.5 kilometers on average between ngenda Excel sheet by the end of the day. Nyinayo kasho lwaleero so nyinza obutasobola bisayo kumacha, but ngenda batera ka Excel sheet mujja kaita mu kalabe. So I will tell you, I will show you how my car has been consuming. So between June and July, actually the Excel sheet will also be showing you how many fuel tanks I've been using on average every week and all that. The math is nice because Mbadenga be feeding and then it will also show you how on average some days I use 8 kilometers per liter, some other days I would use 10 kilometers per liter and all that. And then it will show you how much I used to spend on fuel between June and July. Now I started testing the new Excellium in August. I think July and they were saying so many good things about Excellium. And so I started to test the Excellium in August. And I decided I'll test it up to September. If it lives up to my expectations, then I'll probably be sticking to Excellium for a very long time until quality, then I'm good to go. But Excellium has so far been giving me a kilometer more at the bare minimum. In Yongera Mugenzi 10.5 kilometers, netwala ku 11.5 kilometers on the minimum. Katingate, lwenvuze ndo za driving habits, okitegeera. Kati remember waliwe nalinga mvuga nga on good days no jam blah 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 I get 10.5 kati wano on good days I get 13 kilometers kitegeze ebenyongedde kilometer 2 n'ekitundu, which is a very now kilometer 2 n'ekitundu for the guys that live near town is very little, but it's very little if you don't calculate everything. Nze mbala amafuta to chi I calculate my fuel consumption and 2.5 kilometers kati zenga atha abera 95 kilometers from my kids, 45 kilometers from my kids school. Chitegeza I save 5 kilometers a day. Mvuga 2.5 kilometers nganzi yanenzi saving and mvuga 2.5 kilometers nganzi la waka nenze. Those 5 kilometers obo savings echinene. Kachitegeza ate emoroka eno bogiteka ku highway ate begenda kusavinga kilometer ndoze ziwera ddala omukaga because bino byembagamba si bya highway kati nga wano wetuli tuvuga mu kibuga byembagamba because with Excellium I've not gone to the village anytime ngojeko wano wendagenda nenkola marketing to the field kuba awo navuga paka Lugazi nenve Lugazi nengende eri mu Karaji nenve Karaji nenkomawo e Kampala okitegeera. I did Lugazi, Karaji, Seta, but still half of the time I was in jam, half of the time because jamu we mukono mumanyi kasazuwera sawa nga 3 nga jamu atandika okukwata, so I was in jam half of the time. But Excellium overall for me it has worked for me, and that's I did not want to start saying because out of excitement I wanted to test the fuel for about 2 months then in Zimbabwe the church van. But from my perspective I find that omuntu enanga ovuga emoroka kati njogera mostly on petrol, but I know even diesel is something else because I drive a petrol car. So for the guys that drive petrol cars, you should definitely try Excellium. Kati ekirala kyenjagala okubuuza mwabala benagamba okozesa ku Excellium nga mwasalawo ne mumukozesa, how has it performed for your car? Kuba nyinza okuba nga nze njogera ku moroka yange nga mpya nnyo nga yensonga lwaki Excellium performance nga mwabe nkadde tajja bakolera. But is there anyone that is driving an older car than my 2008 Ractis that tried the Excellium? And if you did try Excellium, how is it performing for you? But we once did a topic on someone who earns 500k and wants a car. oba yakomawa yabivaako. We will remain team hybrid na low, but let me hope everyone is okay. Nze ndi steady n'abali wano bonna bonna nsubira bali steady era batukiza tuvugika one way katu concentrating. Yes, hybrid. I fear it battery. The fuel will work to which car does I can drive. Sebo era kati is using the one way or is one way but to that we went as a group. Where what's past you bamu kwebaka. Alright guys, let me remind you to pre-purchase inspection what the city where weekend on Edja, but I do pre-purchase inspection when I'm available. I come with a mechanic and together we make sure you get a good car. Your job or to hiring is to simply say I like that car or I don't like that car. Pre-purchase inspection is done at a small fee of 450,000 shillings. emitwala na mwetano joka. That money covers 1 day of inspection in the Kampala Central Business District. Even if there are 20 cars, we will definitely inspect them to make sure that you get a good one. We have been doing inspections since 2022, and we have a very good record of making sure that we not only, and of course there are people that I also refuse to do inspections for. Ngandaba agenda kora because sine mugambo manyi sokoddeyo sonde kitegeera. But of course then there are people that don't fear loss. Nga kyakola ye agamba oba nfuna loss oba sifuna loss atandika njagala kwevuga. Yeah, so but we do pre-purchase inspection. I sell car trackers and car alarms. Car trackers are between 350 and 450,000 shillings depending on capabilities of the tracker. And asajja wa boda mumanyi nti no musajja wa boda oyo agenza oli he put emoroka yange ise ku kigere ki njiwulidde nze mpwidde ompira nga kuyita ku kigere naye agenze bugenzi. So anyway, trackers are mitwalo 350 eya bulijjo eri basic etako ejota kubako, then 450 osobola ogikubako n'owulira bali mu moroka bye boogera. And then alarms are 210,000. All this includes installation the very right way. Inspection is done in 1 day. We don't look for cars before, we look for cars on that very day, and we do it together with you. I recommend you talk to brokers and get car options so that we go and look at the options that they have for you, and then we choose which one is good. Henry Modern Drinks, good morning. Jonathan Semuwanga, yes. Isoba Ivan, Excellium is working for me. I drive Chikumi Kumi. So Isoba, if Excellium is working for you, mileage over doji pima eba decorate. I know for a fact that Excellium will clean your engine. It's your chonchi money. It has additives that clean your engine. But then I'm curious to figure out what mileage the rest of you are getting, because me, I get very friendly mileage. I get up to 13 kilometers per liter, which is very good for a car that is moving SC. Katinga wetuli woneka kati ndimo SC. For a car that does SC full time, even in jam, atenga sizikiza, I find that 13 is impressive. Yeah, I find that 13 is impressive, and that's a jump from Capiteno. It's impressive, and it's an impressive jump for a car that used to do 10.5 kilometers max. Katineba ngekola 13 ngatenkosa SC. So I'll probably say you guys abatandagiza ko Excellium, you just go ahead and try. And then mutugulire. Isoba ofuna mileage chi. Because that's the other thing that we probably want to understand. Ugenda kunzikiza mbasibule mudekere dakika zange 10. Dakika 10 oba 15 ngenetegeke kashoke nyino olwaleero nako katambule atira muntere mune kusaala tulabe ekiddirira. But today is Random Car Talk Thursday. We talk randomly about stuff, literally anything. Oleta chibozi tobuuza bibuuzo byancha ku question Friday. Ibibuuzo byancha ku question Friday. Nemule wadde kajjamu era tutambudde mangu. ati kati awo nyingidde mudu y'okusiibula abantu bange. But thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I don't take it for granted. Mwebale kunjagala, mwebale kwagala for the love of cars. I hope your 1 hour is worth it in terms of entertainment and a bit of information and also a bit of education. And amanyi bya PDD ebituufu mu bitubulire. I find that musajja watunze mulinda bangago bayinzo banga basibira obwerere naye, but that's something that we could probably discuss when someone that knows ebyomunda. I changed the odometer for maximum profits. What do you mean total take? What do you mean you change the thingy for maximum benefits but you have odometer? How does the odometer get you maximum benefits when it's changed? That's probably something that you should educate me about. Mwana wano mu parking yagize loole n'agiyisa mu kagundi n'agisuula mu mwala neemulemerayo. You know, nabadde ggulo nga ntudde mu mmotoka yange obwana ne bujja ne bugizannyirako sigenda kuddamu paakinga. Omanyi when you're not in your car, abaana bazannyira ku mmotoka yo nga olina by'otawulira. But when they play with your car when you're there, you feel bad. Kankyuse ku luno ngenda kyusa parking spot kati. Sigenda kudda mu parking spot yange eri eyo. Mubagayi mu mizanyo gye tugenda okukola leero waliwo omuzanyo gwe bayita bus stop. It was written by a Chinese dude, and ogwo omuzanyo gwe bayita bus stop guli funny. The bus stop is a metaphor for a country that is waiting for change, but change is not happening, and you'll be surprised guli ku syllabus y'abaana ba Uganda. And in the bus stop, abantu bano bajja ku bus stop nga bonna bazze kulinda bus neetejja ne wayita omwaka gumu, ne wayita emyaka ebiri, ne wayita emyaka esatu, ne wayita emyaka 10. Okitegeera nga basi tejja, ne batandika okugira nga bavaako bokka ne bakaddiwa. The bus doesn't come. Ne wajjawo ab'olugezigezi, ne wajjawo abakakkamu, ne wajjawo abaagala okwekolera, and the bus doesn't come. The play is called The Bus Stop. It's an amazing play, and it's one of the plays we are doing today. We are going to do 6 plays. Mulimu omuzanyo gwe bayita Bus Stop. Waliwo excuse me, waliwo omuzanyo most of you mugumanyi ogwa Kintu ne Nambi. Then there is another play called 14, where a woman obsesses about wanting to have only for max and minimum 14. Muzeyi mbadde nzize oba wango bye biri mu bbuutu nesoko yambuke kale. Selling machine max profit. Okay. Okay, my car need crankshaft. You can trick someone to buy you service. I pay 500,000. I don't know what this guy is saying. But I'll take the battery to be like other worrying factors with cars, like the way you hear people crying about CVT gearbox. But you see, the batteries are more expensive than the CVT gearbox. But I find that the battery serviced properly. Nzengenda kubera case study yamwe. Who has ever experienced morning thoughts? Arthur Wagambi or Waspasio Nange. I remember sometimes in the morning I ever thought I forget what I'm doing. Guys, muzikirize banange mbasibule ngene nkole ngene ntegeke bine ebintu bya leero nenga mwebale kubeerako ku broadcast olwaleero. I don't take you for granted. Tomorrow will be question Friday, and sometime next week we're going to do inspection of IPSAM. Simanyi centers agenda jigula naye yangambi I know already options are IPSAM. My job is to simply go and look at them. Travel live vlog to see me Eddie Patrick Rio Poultry Farm, Muyombia Mark Rashid Jagenda, Ronald M Kasendwa Paul. Ronald M Kasendwa is VIP. Paul Sema VIP, Jones Info, Mugalasi Joshua Mix Farm, Tale Samuel, Muse Masadam, Wandera Joshua, Patrick Rio Poultry Farm, Jonathan Mukisa, Muse Masadam, Toddy Ronald, Okecho Richard Okema, The Realist Motivation, Ben Kako, Jonathan Mukisa, Wandera Joshua Nampija Juliet Council Patrick Asiku Kasenge Amos Michael UG Agaba Berry Jimmy Putan Edwin Mugirwa Isaac Malinga Dan Watt Lucky Mose Daisy Akampurira Kazoba BL Nsereko Starch Daisy Akampurira. I work outside UG 8 months away, 3 months at home. Does it make sense to buy a car to use whenever I'm home? I can't deal with public transport anymore. Daisy, 3 months home, 8 months away. That means you park your car for 8 months and you use your car for constantly 3 months. You could buy a simple car. You disconnect the battery when you're away. Because hiring a car at this juncture doesn't make any sense. If you were home for like a month, I would say hire a car, but 3 months bagenda kujjako million katugamba oli a subsidize na kujjako million 2 per month. That's 6 million. Mu myaka ngena obojje sente zigula akamotoka akali basic okuva mu bond. Genda mu bond jya akamotoka kateke we wakanga buli obogenda, you probably disconnect the battery and all. Ekitegeera Raw Pro Julius Junior Mujunansi Michael J Sekaja Akampurira Emi Jonathan Semuwanga Henry Modern Drinks Muloza Sibamaze Chigozi Stanley Isoba Ivan Brian Wanyama Toto Tech Muloza Sibamaze Nahamia Anthony. Me too, I want to try hybrid, but let's start with you. Munta de sacrificial munza sifude yo sifude ene moroka bajigulira we batinze ngenda mu hybrid ekijja kijje. Bana guys, chairman Zach nabali mukamoli mwenda, thank you very much. Temweda bina mulete minu mja pre-purchase inspection ati tujitambuze. Naro mukama abampero mukisa. I'll see tomorrow is question Friday. Tomorrow any question you ask muje bijja kudibwamu kama abawo mukisa. Ciao.